Welcome back to our channel. We are home for a couple weeks, so we decided we were going to take this opportunity to spend a little bit of time upgrading our camper. We have some pretty big trips coming up, so the first update we're going to do, I'll show you right after this. As you can see by everything around me, we are getting ready to add solar to our 2015 Springdale. This system, we have 4 100 watt 12 volt solar panels from New Power. We actually have 8 66 amp hour batteries, and the energy that is produced by these panels are going to go into an MPPT controller, and then it's going to go out to lithium batteries, and we're going to build these batteries, put a BMS system on it, and it'll also charge our 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter, along with all the 12 volt systems inside our camper. So these little things here will run our awning, our slide, all of our lights, which we've already converted over to LED, so they don't hardly use anything. We will go through and we'll put USB outlets beside our bed, which will run right off of these batteries and don't have to go through here. These are not going to be running our air conditioner or our microwave. Probably could, but we're not going to. Hope you've found this interesting and come along for the ride. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to move the panels from the boxes and we'll get the braces mounted on them, and then we'll take them up top. Be very careful when you're opening them so you don't scratch the panels in any way. So the mounts we're using are New Power. They are designed for these. Oh, they are just a little Z bracket. So they come with a 10mm bolt, has a lock washer, a flat washer. You put it through the slotted holes, and then there's another flat washer, and then you put the nuts on, and that's how we're going to tighten all these down. Put another one together, then we're going to go up top, and I'll show you the installation up there. Alright, so we're up here on top of the camper. Got 2 solar panels set. This is the vent for my refrigerator. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these together, and then we're going to run it right down there to get it inside the camper. So one thing I want to show you, it is almost 3 o'clock. It's 88 degrees outside, full sun, very little clouds. I want to check and make sure that my solar panels are actually working. I'm going to turn the voltage. I'm going to turn to DC. It's real simple. Just put the red and the black to black. And as you can see, there's 17.2, which is the voltage that was set on the back. Okay, after you got the panels where you want them at, you'll grab your butyl tape. And I cut pieces about the same length as what my brackets are. I don't worry about peeling it. I just put it with the paper side up, the sticky side down. When you run your screw through it, it's going to make a seal anyways. It also, if you try to peel that off and stick it under here, if you got to move it around a little bit, it's not going to let you, it's going to stick it down tight. So we'll go ahead, get these set up underneath here. This is about where I want to be at. Make sure your tape don't move too much. Still under every one of your holes. Looks good, looks good, looks good. The screws we'll be using, they got a rubber washer on it, or grommet on it, so it'll seal it up anyways. But we put 2 screws per bracket. So you don't want this thing flying off when you're going down the road. There's 4 holes on these brackets. It doesn't make a difference which one you put it in. So now that we got our butyl tape down, and we get our screws in, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some Dicor. We're just going to go around, we're going to seal that whole area up so we don't get no leakage. Go around the screw heads, Doesn't have to be pretty. This is self-leveling. Just don't get none on your panels, or you'll have to clean it off. Here's the refrigerator, the exhaust vent coming up into the top of the camper. Okay, so I'm just going to notch a little hole out of here so these can go in and make my connections. I have enough room here I can make my connections and put me a little hole here and go straight down into my solar controller. But I'm not going to hook these up right now. I have 2 more panels to install, and then we got to do everything on the inside first, because you cannot hook these solar panels up to a charge controller without the battery. So got some work to do on the inside, which is glad because it's warm up here. So I'm gonna get this cover back on in case I didn't get back to it today or tomorrow. I don't want no rain coming down in my camper. So that's the next day. We've got all 4 panels installed. We've got our Y connectors added. And now we just need to marry these 2 panels together and then run it down behind the refrigerator vent. What we're using is MC4 connectors. You'll have a male and a female connector. And it's maybe a little bit confusing, but the male connector takes a female terminal and the female takes a male. So right now we're getting ready to do the power line, or the red line, which would be a male with a female barrel, female terminal. So we got the female terminal. What we're going to do is take our wire, go there, just trying to get my routing about the same. About right here. Okay. You can buy a kit on Amazon. It comes with the crimper, the snippers, and it has like 4 different connectors on it, and also the tightening tools. These come in pretty nice too. So let's go through, cut that. We want to come back about a 1/2 inch. We're going to use our number 10. We're going to strip it down. We'll make sure you don't break any of the conductors when you're stripping it. If you do, go ahead and cut it back off and restrip it again. But each time you take one of these conductors, one of these little strands out, you start making, that's a heat point right there. As current starts to go through that, you don't want that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our barrel, and if you can see, there's a little, it's like a U shape. I always take that and just bend that in just a little bit. We're going to put it on the number 10 setting with the U facing up. Like that. Nice tight crimp. Then what we're going to do, we're going to insert that all the way in, and you'll hear it snap. That's where these tools come in really nice. So you slide it in there, lock it in, and you just tighten this. Once it starts snapping like that, you know you're at the right torque. That's why I said these are very nice tools to have. These also, use it to release them too when you put them together. You gotta take it back apart or something, these tools come in handy with the release pin.
I will probably do a video of this up close, take still shots and everything, show you actually what a good crimp looks like. And there's my neighbor's mowing. But for right now, I just want to bring you up, show you a little bit about this. These panels are producing almost 18 volts each, so pretty happy with what I got right now. I'm going to finish getting this all wired up, get back down inside the camper, and start wiring up everything in there. Okay, one thing I want to show you guys is this is underneath our refrigerator vent up on the roof. I got it going down the cool side of the refrigerator. You just got it zip tied right there. I'm not going to hook up anything until I get everything wired on the inside. Let me pan back and show you the full layout. So here's the layout. 2 panels on the driver's side, 2 panels on the passenger side. Cables all around across. Have nothing connected right now up here until we get everything set up in the inside. And I'll probably call that the end of this video, and we'll move on to the next.